Hi, welcome back to this series of RAC 12c database installation on VMware Workstation 16 Pro. So let's move to remote desktop and connect to the server and see where we left in the last part. We configured in the previous part the yum configuration and install the RPMs, all the dependencies, and we remove the RPM which we downloaded from the yum.oracle.com, and we have moved those files on the both the instance, and with the help of yum command we installed all the dependencies RPM. So moving forward, now what we will do is we will configure the host names and DNS files, and we will configure some DNS records on the DNS server. So let me log in on the server. We will log in as root because we are going to modify some files which is only accessed by root who has the super privilege. So as of now, if you can see, the instance is not having any records in etc host files. So let me connect to Putty, and I will connect to my primary server which is 50. Accept root. I'm going to use system default colors and appearance. I'm going to change the font size to 14 and bold so it is easily visible. Right. So if I do etc host, you will see the file is empty right now. So I'm going to add this file with the help of vim. We'll move to this and press O. Here I have records, and this is my primary server. So the primary IP with the host name and the local name, and the secondary server. Same, I have the private IP, virtual IP, and the scan IP, what I'm going to use. So I'm just going to copy this entire list. I'm going to paste it here, save and exit, and I'm going to do the same thing on the node 2, which I have already opened. As you can see, the IP address is 51. So I'm going to modify the file. I'm going to paste the same configuration here. Now if I do ping, let's view the content of this file. Ping, it will be able to ping with the host names. Likewise, it should be able to ping with this. It's a private IP, so it should not. And the virtual IP, I think it should fail for the virtual IP as well, because it is a virtual. Right, that configuration is done. So let's view the DNS file on the Linux system, which is resolve.conf. Here it is pointing to our DNS server, which is correct. So we need to modify one file, and that file is chat etc nss switch.conf. Here if you see the records for the DNS lookup is something like this. Host, the first it will go to the file, second will go to DNS, then the host name. So we need to change this format. So we will do that. etc nsh switch.conf. So before changing this, let me take a backup. cp rpt etc nsh switch, and I'll do the same nsh switch underscore original. We got the copy of this original file, so now we can modify it. Go to the host file, and we are going to replace this with DNS files. Right. Save and exit. We will do the same on the primary node. Secondary node, we did it, so this is the primary. Let's take a backup first. What I'm doing is I'm telling this file, whenever the DNS records is trying to look for the DNS name resolution for the host and the IP, first it should go to DNS, then it should come to files if DNS is not able to resolve it. So after doing that, let's restart the service. Not found. systemctl status scd.service. It's not available. There's no file. Anyways, yeah, I think this configuration is not required. So what I will do, I will just restore the file. Yes, same for that machine. That is the advantage of taking a backup. Now if you view this file, records is again reverted. See, we don't know, so I think the daemon is something different. Now let's go and connect to our Active Directory server. You see this option here, which is VM, and if you click on this option, you will see a number of listed options. From there, you can just press this one, send Control Alt Del command to the Windows Server, provide the password, right? Let me change the screen resolution. And let's connect to the server manager. From there we can go to tools, and from there we can access the DNS configuration. On this, here you can see my Active Directory under the format zone. Here is my domain, here is my records. Now if you can click anywhere here, then you can create a record. So from your machine, just copy the configuration. Alright, I think we cannot copy it for some reason, so we have to do it manually. PRDDB01. We just have to give the host name, the IP 192.168.17.50, add host, recorded. So same way, PRD 02 192.168 1751, added. So now prim dot hyphen db01 dot db01 db01, and the IP is 1050 192.168 10.50. What got created? So now we need to create priv hyphen db02, and the IP is 192.168 10.51. Created, and the VIP is VIP hyphen db01. VIP hyphen db01. The IP address for this is 52 and 53. 192.168.17.52. The another is 192.168.17.53. VIP hyphen db02. The code is added. So now we have to add the scan IPs, which is PRD scan 54, 55, 56. PRD scan. PRD scan. Where is it? PRD scan. Okay. 192.168.17 dot 54, 55, 56, 54. ERD scan 192.168, 17, 17.55. ERD scan 192.168, 17.56. That is how you create the scan IP, scan resolution. Okay, that is done. So from the same window machine, if you do cmd ping prd scan dot xy, what dot, well, it is not live right now, so it should not reach. However, we can do ping VIP hyphen, that is also not active. Ping prd db01 is reaching, prd02 should reach. That is all for this part, and next part we will start the installation for the OpenFiler and see how we can configure the records and connect the scan storage to our Linux instances. We might need to download some RPMs, so we'll see what are the requirements and how we can set it up. So we need another VM machine for this configuration, so we will see what are the requirement and how we can proceed. I have already downloaded the OpenFiler. Let me show you the URL so you can also download it. OpenFiler, download, graphical installation. Just click that, it will download. Here it is in download location. That is the installation steps. Here is the file. Click on the download and it should start the download. So we go, I should have probably, okay, I don't have it. Okay, see you in the next part.